24 Days of Wonder. 24 stories from my 19 years with Santaland on 34th Street. Story 15, The Proposal. One of the things that surprised me is that Santaland seems to be a place where guys like to propose to their girlfriends. Most years, there's at least one proposal in Santa's house. In my 19 years, there are only a couple of seasons that a proposal did not occur. There was also one year when we had 7 proposals. The scene normally played out the same way each time. The couple would come in and sit with Santa and have their picture taken. Santa would first ask the woman what she wanted for Christmas and then ask the guy. The guy would reply that what he wanted for Christmas was this woman to be his wife. Most times they would produce an engagement ring at the same time. Sometimes the guy would have set things up with Santa and the elves in advance. And sometimes Santa was as surprised as the woman was. It was always a very special moment. In 2005, I put in my only time ever as an elf. It was at the end of the season and we had been hit with a double whammy. The normal end of the season illnesses and the New York City transit strike. Santaland crew who lived in the Bronx or Queens or Brooklyn or Staten Island just could not get to work at our busiest time, just before Christmas. One night we were so short that a couple of guys who normally wore red suits got into elf costumes. One of our managers got into an elf costume, as did Scott and I. Other than my jacket, I was still in my business suit underneath my elf gear, and I was also still wearing my walkie-talkie headset under my pointed cap. I picked the elf name Pine Tree. My job was to lead visitors to Santa's house and wait with them until they entered. It was near the end of the night when a couple came through with 2 children. Their mother told me that she had been an elf years ago and had met her husband in Santaland. Since I had met my daughter's mother in there as well, I was always interested in Santaland romances. So I pried a little with this former elf, and I was very surprised by the tales she told me. One night she was working the position at the exit door of Santa's house. A young couple came in to visit with Santa. As she watched the visit from the back door, she saw the man get down on one knee and present a ring box to the woman. A proposal. However, it did not quite turn out the way that most of Santaland's proposals did. The woman looked embarrassed, then angry. She stormed out of the house, leaving the man there on one knee, still holding the ring. He stayed there for a minute with Santa trying to comfort him, and then he got up and left. The elf felt sorry for him and tried to comfort him as he left. He basically ignored her and went on his way. He then returned a few minutes later to apologize for being rude, and to thank her and Santa for their kindness. And then he left again. She was surprised to see him a few days later coming through Santaland again. She spotted him as she was working in the maze outside of Santa's house. He recognized her and smiled. He explained that he had pretty much always been a Christmas fanatic, hence his desire to get engaged in Santaland. But the woman he proposed to felt that it was unromantic and childish. She felt the proposal showed that the two of them were too different to make a relationship last, let alone a marriage. Being a Christmas geek, though, he did not want to go a full year with the awful experience at Santaland hanging over him. He had come back just to have a nice visit with Santa and take a photo to put himself back into the Christmas spirit. He thanked the elf again for her kindness and started on his way. She decided to take a chance. She told him that she got off work at 8 p.m. He smiled, said he was not yet ready to start dating again. However, he did take her number and promised to call her when he was ready. They got engaged a year and a half later, married a year after that, had been married for 11 years and had 2 beautiful children. This time, however, he proposed on the lake in Central Park. But it was still a marriage made in Santaland.